Hello my viewers. I am back with another video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Out on Root Road, surrounded by woods and farmland with no neighbors in sight, sits a house that the dead have never agreed to leave. The Root family built their lives here in the 1800s and died here one by one. The owners who followed died here too. The basement holds a man who argues with a woman no one can see and calls out for help during obsessions. Upstairs, a laughing lady chases people down the hall and a tall shadow with red eyes stands at the top of the stairs and reaches for anyone walking down. This is a 6-hour after-hours investigation of Greystone Manor, a private residence so active it has drawn TV crews from Kindred Spirits and Deathwalker with Nick Roth. By the time you arrive, the family that runs the bed and breakfast has cleared the house for the night. The lights go out. The equipment goes up. And whatever has been waiting in the cellar and the bedrooms has the run of the place, same as you. Location history: the land at 4049 Root Road goes back to 1833, when it was a working fruit farm. Silas Newcomb, a cooper who built carriages and kept a blacksmith's shop out back, owned the property first. When he died, a feud split his sons. One inherited the 250 acres, the orchards, the house, and the barns. The other got 2 apple orchards and nothing else. By the 1860s the house belonged to Curtis Root. In March 1889 Root was crushed by his own prized racehorse, Playboy, when a passing train startled the animal and it reared and came down on him. He thought the injury was minor. He was bleeding internally, and after a few weeks in bed he died in the room now known as the Green Room. His wife Melissa died of pneumonia in the house in 1901. Her father died here too. Their young son Ben died here as a child at around 4. Flora Root, Curtis's youngest daughter, inherited the home, never married, and lived here alone for 24 years. The Rossman family came next and stayed from 1923 to 1999. Dorson Rossman died young in the Gold Room of mesothelioma after a year's bedridden. Breathing and wheezing are still caught on equipment in that room today. The wider area is called Gasport for the natural gas that once burned in little blue flames along the creek beds, ground the Native Americans considered holy and used for burials. Bodies have been turned up across the area for over a century, including a hillside burial ground less than a mile away, where a farmer pulling out dead peach trees found skeletons tangled in the roots. The remains around Gasport number in the hundreds. The house also carries reports of having been an underground railroad stop and a speakeasy, which the owners suggest may feed the activity in the cellar. The Hawkins Greystone has been investigated for television and produces activity across the entire house, from the parlor to the bedrooms to the basement and out onto the grounds. The basement is the heart of it. A male presence guards the dark back corner and has been seen as a shadow mass that moves across the floor toward the stairs. He whistles, talks, knocks on the ceiling, and calls people by name. He loves women, and many report being touched, having their hair stroked, or feeling a sudden icy chill. Security cameras have caught a man and a woman arguing loudly when the house is empty. During obsessions he calls out for help, and says he is buried under the floor where the pool table sits. The floor there is hollow. Upstairs, the bedrooms each have their own resident. In the Red Room, Flora Root walks around the bed and watches people sleep, and guests have felt sadness, a choking sensation, then scratches and red marks in the neck. The Green Room belongs to Curtis Root, a self-described ladies' man in life, who follows people through the house after they sleep in his room. The Gold Room holds Dorson Rossman's breathing and a closet door that opens on its own. The kids' room in the old servant's wing has the ghost boy who comes out of the closet to play, and the laughing lady who chases children down the hall and toward the stairs. A tall shadow figure with glowing red eyes has been independently described, word for word, by multiple unconnected visitors standing in the exact same spot at the top of the stairs. It stands in the hallway, fills it, and stares into the red room. Witnesses say it can hear their thoughts and knows when they are afraid of it. Out on the grounds, white mists have been filmed circling and dancing around people by the fire pit. Chanting and drumming have been caught on eps near the remains of the blacksmith's shop. Black shadows circle visitors in plain sight. The ghost of the young boy runs through the fields, and the feeling of being crowded and watched by a great many people is constant. Your investigation the FRAP team will lead structured vigils in the most active areas of the house and grounds, including the basement, where a male presence guards the back corner, calls for help, and claims to be buried beneath the pool table. Spirit box and EP work over the hollow floor, with the shadow mass watched for along the western wall. The red room, where floor root watches over the bed. Estes method and direct calling out sessions. The green room and gold room, the death rooms of Fergus Root and Orson Rossman. Ink sweeps, trigger object work, and listening for breathing. The kids' room in the servant's wing, home to the ghost boy and the laughing lady. S sweeps and triggered toys. The top of the stairs, where the tall red-eyed shadow figure has been seen by multiple unconnected witnesses. K2 and REM pod vigils. The estate grounds, the fire pit, the old blacksmith's shop, and the burial ground, where mists, shadows, and eps are reported. Free investigation in the final hours, where you can return to whatever unsettled you most, with FRAP equipment and team support on hand. What's included from just $129 per person, you will enjoy a full night of ghost hunting with the Haunted Rooms America team. Structured vigils across the house, bedrooms, basement, and grounds. Group vigils and experiments, guided by our experienced team. Use of our traditional and state-of-the-art paranormal equipment. Free time to investigate at the end of the night. Snacks and refreshments, provided at intervals throughout the night. Overnight VIP guests also receive their room for the night, with the sharing, and breakfast in the morning. Only 3 rooms are available. Final warning: for nearly 2 centuries this house has held its dead. The Roots, the Rossmans, the forgotten people buried in the holy ground all around it. They have never agreed to leave, and they do not much care which name you put on the activity. The man in the cellar still calls for help from under the floor. The laughing lady still waits at the top of the stairs. The tall shadow with red eyes still watches the hallway, and it still knows when you are afraid. For one night, the house is open to those with a nerve to stand it inside. Capacity is strictly limited, and only 3 rooms remain for those who want to stay until morning. Secure your place now. The family never left. Tonight, you join them.